All right, let's get into it. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a pre-built gaming PC that's been making some serious waves, the CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme VR. So what's all the buzz about? Let's find out.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Everybody wants a rig that can handle the latest games without, forcing you to remortgage your house. This PC is trying to hit that sweet spot. So the big question is, does it actually pull it off?
You know what they say, first impressions are everything. So let's start it with the moment you pull this thing out of the box. Because when you're getting a new gaming rig, the look and feel, that's half the excitement, right?
Okay, so right away, you're greeted with this really slick, clean white tower. And it's got that big tempered glass side panel, which is basically a must-have these days for showing off all the custom RGB lighting inside. But it's not just about looks. The cable management is super tidy, which is awesome for airflow. And the whole case feels really roomy and solid. That's a huge deal because it means you've got plenty of space to add more stuff down the line. And look, you don't just have to take my word for it. This quote from GG Tech Reviews hits the nail on the head. Making a good impression right out of the gate is important, and the build quality here really suggests that this thing is made to last.
So it looks great, but let's be real. A pretty case is one thing. What really matters is what's inside, powering your games. So let's pop the hood and see what kind of hardware we're working with. Okay, the heart of this beast is an Intel Core i7. And get this, it's packing 20 cores. That thing is just going to chew through heavy-duty gaming and multitasking. For graphics, you've got an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5060 Ti. That's the muscle you need for running modern games on high settings. To keep everything running smooth, there's 16 gigs of super-fast DDR5 RAM. And maybe best of all, a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, which means say goodbye to loading screens. Your system and games are just going to pop right up. All right, so the specs look awesome on paper, but how does all that fancy hardware actually perform when you're in the game? This is where the rubber meets the road. Let's get to the good stuff, the real-world numbers. First up, we've got a big, beautiful modern game, Assassin's Creed Mirage. And we're not holding back. We're talking 1080p resolution with every single setting cranked to ultra. So, can it handle the pressure and keep things smooth? Oh yeah, over 130 frames per second. That is buttery smooth. I mean, it's more than double the 60 FPS gold standard. It's a fantastic sign of the kind of power we're dealing with here. Okay, but what happens when you throw a real system killer at it? For that, there's no better test than the legendarily demanding Cyberpunk 2077. Pushing this game on high settings, well, that's a challenge for any PC. And it totally handles it. A really solid average of around 64 frames per second. That proves this machine isn't just for today's games. It's got the power to tackle the most graphically intense titles out there without breaking a sweat. No stuttering, no screen tearing, just smooth gameplay. But raw performance is only part of the equation. What's almost as important is that the review pointed out that even after hours of intense gaming, the system stayed cool and quiet. If you're someone who gets lost in marathon gaming sessions, you know how huge that is. No jet engine sounds coming from your desk. So we know it's powerful. But what about the day-to-day stuff? The practical things, like connectivity, and all those little extras that can actually make a really big difference. And this thing is absolutely loaded with ports. You've got a great mix of everything you could possibly need. High-speed USB-C, plenty of USB-A for your keyboard and mouse, multiple display outputs, the whole shebang. Plus, it has Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.3 built right in, so you're all set for speedy wireless from the get-go. No extra dongles needed here. And here's another thing I love. It's not just the tower in the box. It comes with a keyboard and mouse. That makes it a complete package, ready to go. If this is your first real gaming PC, that's a massive plus. You can literally just plug it in and start playing. Okay, so we've looked at the design, the guts, the gaming performance, and all the features. So what's the bottom line? Let's wrap this all up and figure out who this PC is really perfect for. It really boils down to 4 main things. 1, the design is great. It looks modern, and it's built with upgrades in mind. 2, the hardware inside is genuinely next-gen, powerful enough for what you're playing now and what's coming next. 3, as we saw, it has some serious gaming power. And 4, when you put all of that together, it's just excellent value for what you're getting. And honestly, I think this final quote from the review just nails it. This isn't just about how it performs on day one, it's about buying a machine that has a solid foundation that can grow with you tomorrow. You're not just buying a PC, you're kind of investing in your next few years of gaming. And that really just leaves one big question.
With its powerful, up-to-date hardware and that upgrade-friendly design, this machine is clearly built to last. The only question left is, for you and what you want to play, is this the smart choice for your next 5 years of gaming? Based on everything we've seen, it makes a pretty darn compelling case.